I was injured on the job and then I was retaliated against and fired. What rights do I have? Hello everybody, I'm attorney Nathan Hauser of Hauser Law and I'm a workers' compensation attorney. Very often I have clients that call me and tell me that they were injured on the job and that they were later fired. I've had clients who have worked for companies for 20, 30, even 40 years, then after being injured one time on the job, they were fired. This is a very important issue because this can potentially be a very illegal act by your employer, and it may entitle you to money damages against the employer for wrongful termination and disability discrimination. An employer cannot fire someone because of a physical or mental disability, and that includes a work-related disability. For example, let's say you injure your wrist at work, and now you're working with restrictions. An employer cannot just fire you because you were injured on the job, or because you have a disability from the work injury, or because you have to work with restrictions because of the work injury. That is illegal, unless the employer can show that accommodating your restrictions would cause an undue hardship for the employer. And this can be a very difficult thing for an employer to establish. When someone suffers a work injury, an employer must follow very specific rules, and very often employers break the law and do not follow the rules. When that happens, you may be entitled to money damages against the employer for violation of state and federal disability laws. In my practice, I represent clients in their work injuries. I also represent clients in discrimination claims against the employer within their workers' compensation case. These are called violations of Labor Code Section 132A. On the more complex cases, I refer my clients to experienced attorneys that specialize in California discrimination cases in civil court. When that happens, with my client's permission, I can work closely with those attorneys so that they can understand what has happened or is happening in the workers' compensation case and how the employer broke the law when they retaliated against and fired my clients. Through close communication, we can ensure that my client maximizes his or her recovery in the workers' compensation case and the discrimination case if one exists. To be represented in a civil action, if one exists, you will need to sign a separate agreement for representation by that civil law firm. Now, time frames are important. Typically, with wrongful termination claims, certain actions must occur within a year of the person being terminated. So it's important that you consult with an employment law attorney as soon as possible. If I handle your workers' compensation case, I can put you in contact with very experienced employment law attorneys that I frequently work with for you to discuss whether you have a claim for wrongful termination or disability discrimination. Again, to be represented in the civil action, my client must sign a separate representation agreement with that civil employment law firm. If you feel that you were injured on the job and fired because of your injury, please call the number on the screen and we will be happy to give you a free evaluation of your case. Thanks for watching. Hope to talk to you soon.